Good morning and welcome to day 11 of the Namparang trail. Oh, yesterday was alright. It wasn't as continuously wet as I was expecting. Oh, I'm just looking for the markers. Right, found the markers, can keep going. Yesterday wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a lot wetter, but thankfully it was only occasional rain. I was even able to get rid of my raincoat for a while too. It was mostly on roads, but there was one bonus trail section which I really loved, going up in the hills. And yeah, it was pretty like it has been. It's always been pretty. And yeah, so I wussed out. It was getting really cold. It dropped quickly after 2 o'clock. It dropped to, oh, it's pretty. So yeah, it dropped to 10 degrees and it started raining again. And so I wussed out. I'm in Hoijin, and a neat little town. Found a hotel, had to wait a little bit, went down. I tried to text the phone number from the reception because there was no one there, no answer. So I went down to the billiard hall and had Google Translate ask them if they could ring the guy for me. And just as they're about to, my phone rang and it was the hotel guy. Thankfully, one of the guys in the billiard hall was staying there, and so he got instructions on how to give me a key and take my payment. So that worked out well. A lovely hotel, nice and clean again. So yeah, it was a nice night. Had my first barbecue, pork belly barbecue. And that was quite neat. Huge meal again, always huge. And just relaxed in the warmth. And then this morning is a gorgeous day. It's misty, very misty, but it is 20 degrees and I do not need a jacket today for the first time on this trail, which is great. So today is course 79. It's the longest course so far, 27k. And once again, it's like mainly on roads, but it is rated difficulty medium. So potentially there might be some trails, or it could just be medium because of the length. Right, just trying to see where I'm going now. Going through the towns sometimes is easy and sometimes not. Yeah, so once again, looking forward to another good day. Oh, look at this beautiful, perfect spider web. Found the marker. There's only one way to go because I've got to cross this bridge. So that's good. Gotta do a morning panorama. It's pretty. So this is the town of Hoijin. Not following the main coastal road. I need to go up and over the saddle between those hills. There's the spelling, Hoijin. Nice and quiet this time of the morning. It's about 8 o'clock. Oop. Another information board. This is another one about the author. Ooh, it's a big hill. I'm glad I had I've had 1 kilometre to warm up before the hill. Oh, it's pretty, all these yellow along the side. I'm glad I wasn't doing this hill at the end of the day yesterday. Ooh, much better starting it nice and fresh. Ooh. All these crops glistening in the sun with the water. It's pretty. Little things like that, which everyday life you wouldn't even notice, but when you're hiking you've got time to have a look at things and just appreciate little things. That's first part of the hill. There's still quite a lot of climbing to go. Sleeves are going up now. It's getting warm. It's beautiful up there. I'd say peaceful, but the dog, not so much. This is pretty enough to make me forget how big a hill this is. Well placed bench. And up. Big car park up here. Not sure why. There's been a couple more of these signs excerpts from the book from the author. And is it still a road when it's green and brown? Well, there's a big tulip block above the car park. There's obviously something here. I couldn't see any trails going off from the car park. There are a lot of graves around here. So maybe the car park's for all the people coming to pay their respects. Whew. Okay, now I know what the car park's about. Huanjie Park, which is known for wildflowers. Obviously, the most I'm going to get is some blossoms, but that is why there's the car park toilets. Hey! Oh, exercise equipment. Walking up to the hill's not enough for you. Or it could be people come up here for a run. Dolphins. And that. That's beautiful. Look at that. These are all still little excerpts from the parts of books. There's the statue up front. Right. And I see a Namparang sign. It's the one for section 79 showing that's the progress I've made. That's where I've got to go the rest of the day. I am only at 2.4k. Right, downhill now. Lots of graves around here. Lots of options for tent sites. There's this massive area down here, and there were a few up in the trees as well. But at the risk of justifying why I was a wuss last night, going up the hill, I would have sweated. It was still raining, or it's restarted raining. Temperature had dropped. So I would have been in my raincoat, but I would have sweated going up the hill and then stopped to put my tent up while still damp from sweat, which wouldn't have been good. So there you go. There's the justification for having another night in a motel. And it would have been cold up here. Cold and wet, misty. Even when the rain stopped, still this mist would have absolutely drenched my tent. There you go. I'll stop justifying my reasons. The mist is a lot thicker on this side. Nearly down. There's someone in the village making sure people don't get lost. It's a big arrow. Well, hey, there's the first woman that hasn't said, "Are you cold?" She actually said, "Where have you come from this morning?" Which, surprisingly enough, I actually understood. Maybe it was her body language. And so she told me, "Well done," and fighting. Which is like, good luck, way to go. Keep trying. It was nice. She's obviously off for a morning stroll once again. She's probably in her 80s, wandering around these steep streets without an issue. There's another of those really short houses. A cute little village. Well, it's funny, I have been listening to the language learning on audiobook, and yeah, you learn a word and then suddenly you start hearing it all the time. So I'd learnt the word for today, and now I hear that word around quite a lot now that I understand it. So it's good, slowly, bit by bit. I'm only doing an hour a day because it does tax the brain and it lets it settle in, and that's what the program I'm doing recommends. Right, oh, it's a bit bigger. Very good marking in this village. Very good. This village is called Dairi. Wow, that's what Google Maps translates it to. I'll have to read it to see if that's what the Korean pronunciation is. That's a good mural. Getting the whole translation, but part of this village was destroyed by a massive landslide. It is the birthplace of a famous independence fighter in early 1900s, and obviously the novelist as well. Nice, you're right. Oop, another picture. I like that bus stop there. There are a lot of these mirrors here. Very safety conscious of coming out of blind corners. Strange. There's a massive TV on the house, but there's no sign saying it's a guest house or anything. Interesting. Right, I am back beside the seaside. Oh, looks like we've got the colour bollards up ahead. The temperature has plummeted. It's back down to 12 degrees because the mist is heavier this side. The sun's not come through. And there's a very slight breeze, so I've put the jacket back on. Ooh, not as many islands here. Could be in the distance, just can't see them. Lots of ducks. Ooh, we're off the road and we have a footpath, beautiful. And there's even an update on where we are for the trail as well, which is cool. So we've got this long straight here, and then we're going to have another causeway there as well. Nice being off the road, but you know my feelings about being on long straights. To me it's strange seeing ducks in seawater. New Zealand ducks are largely freshwater. A lot of birds out there. Oh, gorgeous morning. Reeds and herons and other birds I don't know the names of. And a cow shed that smells really good. Must have some, I love the smell of silage. I know most people don't like it, but maybe they've got a little bit of silage in there as well as a normal haylage. Those reeds are beautiful out there. It's a rush hour. Guy's going back again. How many times he goes back and forward on this? It is beautiful. A few things to distract, like I've been watching the fishing boat hooking up to its spot. A short stretch away from the water and then back onto another even longer causeway. Nice little resting spot. So the big building up here is the Gyeongnam Observatory. Pretty big views from up the top there. Bit hazy to see much today though. No markings, but the map says we go this way. It's quite cool. So this is the traditional dress back 100 years ago, maybe 2. That's quite neat. They do have little plaques saying who they are. It's all the way around, wow. Still looking for markers. I think I'm seeing a different experience in what the usual people do. Both the time of the morning and the time of the year. Real mixture of different statues. Alright, I'm following this path, heading up. That's good, they got bubbles in them. Right. Trail marker. Definitely needed my map in there, I think, because there's a lot of construction going on. So I think the markers have disappeared, but pretty easy to navigate in here. Quite a big complex. So I came in down there. Winding up the paths, and this would be pretty at night. All the lights everywhere. Whew. Regional information board, and I'm assuming I keep climbing. Back with the map. It's a big building. It's all closed. A lot of art. Oh, that's nice. Not not sure if my translation right, but I think this is a guy called Sun Home, who was part of the independence movement. Now, unfortunately, he was killed in 2010. He was trying to get independence from Japan, who had invaded. Ah, all right. Nothing there for me to see. So, from the map, the trail goes this way. That is meant to be a blue marker. It looks like it's worn off. Right. And now dropping back down to the road. Quite a big drop, quite a climb. Nice view from here. You see this long straight? That's where I'm going. These look like caterpillars. I feel weird standing on them, but they're not. They are from the tree above. And down the bottom now, it's just a map of where I've come. Very short road walk and then onto that big causeway. Lots of toilets around. There were several sets up top at the bottom before we went up top, and now here as well. Big gates again, and I am heading up onto the footpath. Okay, I'm now on this footpath and I am going on a dead straight line for the next 2.95 kilometres. It's a lot of straight. I think it might be time to do my language training. Not only is this a really long straight, but I can't look in that direction because it's blocked off by trees, and there's not a lot of islands out that way, so it's just ocean. So I'm glad I've got my language to be concentrating on. So there was water on that side, but it's finished, and now it's land on that side, but I won't see it because it's still pine trees. I'm getting closer. I'm over halfway. I've been trying to figure out what this means. So as far as I can tell, that says beginning of Earth. So I think they're looking at the center of Korea. I'm not sure, and there's a bell for it too. I can't quite make it out. If there's any Koreans watching, can you please let me know what the significance of this place is? Okay, back up onto the footpath. That was a nice distraction. Woohoo! I am at the end of that long straight. Now I get some nice corners heading around the coast. That was long. And more toilets. Very good availability of toilets today. Another bay. Oh, lots of colourful bollards again. Having my snack. Triangle gimbap. That would be a nice picnic area. I think that's the town name. Circumference. Interesting looking seaweed. Excited about, there's a cafe there. But nope. You can go in there, but there's no one there. Ooh, bit of a cave in there. There's a long section with footpath. It's all the way from the last village, so it's been at least a k and a half, 2k now. It's nice making sure that we're off the road. Nice having the mountains back as the background. I've been up close to the steep hills, so I haven't been able to see very far that way. There's a large pile of rubbish. It's like a lot of fishing stuff. Not good. Oh, we got a little map. What's the map talking about? It's talking about this area. So I am here, and we've had the footpath all the way along here, which has been very impressive. Now, go from there across and then up and around. Seems strange not to be heading that way, but very clear arrow this way, and then we're going to be heading that way, just inland a bit more. Still on footpath, but I think it's a little easier to stay on the road. It's a little overgrown. It's alright, I wouldn't see an arrow, but that at least is clear. Heading back there. It's not looking very healthy. It's another long straight. Looks like every bone that this dog here has had is just here. At least they're feeding it. Must be on the other side. Another long straight finished. These here are some birds to be looking at, playing around. Alright. On the road for a bit. And back beside the sea. My body's actually holding up alright. My shins have been fine, and that pain on the top of my foot, every now and again I'll get it. I've really loosened off my shoelaces, but I do have to hold myself back and make sure I'm not going too fast. As long as I keep my speed down, then nothing's hurting, but the minute I accidentally start speeding up, that's when I start hurting a little bit. Woo. My feet are every now and again cramping up as well, so they also need to build up the muscle. I know a lot of people don't think about the muscles in their feet, but they do build up a lot of muscles. Oh, right. Sticking on Route 819 to Sangbauri and Jukchongri. Staying around the coast. I can sneak some shots of these birds because they can't see me. Oh, there we go, they've heard me. Beautiful out this side. Then out this side, there's heaps of seabirds out there, which is nice. Managed to get a couple of shots of them, but they're still a little far away. The island looks like it's floating out there. Wow. This house looks like they lifted it up, put another layer, lifted it up, put another layer, 3 different styles. And solar panels on the end. This looks like a nice spot for lunch. These make really nice seats. Nice lunch. It was once again gimbap. It was a spicy one. The ones I've been having recently have been pretty good. No, that had a bit of spice. Finished off with some sour lollies just to cleanse the palate. Right, I'm at 18 kilometres. I think this exercise equipment has been here for a while. Ooh, interesting structure up here. Big climb up and have a view, which the view's not really very impeded, so you don't really need to climb all that way up for a view. Should have held off and had my lunch up there. We're actually leaving the coast now, heading inland. Sign's a bit too cracked for the translate to work on it. Alright, it's leaving the sea. Oh, it's nice having a little bit of shade. It's getting pretty hot now. There's mountain up there, going through another village. Cute. There's been lots of little picnic shelters on the side as well. Oh, that's a dog. It's not barking at me. Hello. Hi. Oh, there we go. It's nice decorations. It's funny, going through this village I feel like I'm high up in the mountains, not that I'm less than 5 minutes from the ocean. We've got the Namparang sign on the light post, and then there's another of them here, but not arrows or anything to tell me which way to go. Oh, yeah, I see the flutter up there. Okay, this way. Nice and clear here. Every little field has a driveway getting up to it. This has been quite common. You need the concrete driveway so that you can get in and out without being too muddy and slippery. I do have a bit of water in front to get around. I think I'll go up on the tops there. So I do have a bit of a hill in front because I'm going over that saddle up there. Oh, celebration! Off the concrete and onto a dirt road. Woo! Looks like a new flower. We've also got these, which are teeny. The purple ones are a little bigger, but not a lot bigger. Oh, I'm enjoying this. It's beautiful. It's the first time since day one, I think, where there hasn't been vehicle noises or banging or people noises. I think we're remote enough to be nice, and all I've got is the birds and the wind. Beautiful. And my puffing. The dirt was nice while it lasted, back onto the concrete, but still pretty remote at the moment. It's got to climb the last bit of the hill. Looks like that concrete was just to get around that steep corner. I wonder if this little bit is why this section has a medium rating instead of easy, because you're going up a hill and not on seal. Yeah, it looks like that's the top of the hill. I actually just had a look, and this route is different from the GPS route, but I have been clearly following markers, so I am in the correct place. It's just that the GPS is slightly different. Now, I downloaded the GPX last year in, I think it was October, so they may be slightly out of date. I probably should download the latest ones, but the trail marking has generally been pretty clear. These leaves are pretty deep. And that, I realised I haven't seen any trail markers for the last 5 minutes, and there's a barrier across there. So I'm just going back up to check that I didn't miss a turn somewhere. I see a yellow one, but that's not actually mine. So I'm going to keep going back until I last saw a marker. Sure, I didn't miss a turn. Yes, yep, that is definitely a marker. So I am on the right route. Okay, I guess I have to cross that barrier and continue on. It's just because I didn't see any markers after that one. An extra 400 metres up the hill and then back down again, but I'd rather be sure to make sure I'm not trespassing on someone's land. And yeah, that looks to go to the property, so I'm assuming straight ahead. And another fence to get over. This one's a bit higher. There's pack off for that. And look at this! On the tree just up here is a marker. So it is definitely the right way. It's a noisy little bird. Where is it? Oh, there it is. And swinging around, dropping down. I saw a road from up there, so just zigzagging down to the road. Okay, back on the main road. However, I've come down here and the red arrow's going that way. There's another marker that way. So I am guessing that they haven't taken down the old markers, which is why I went the wrong way. Anyway, I am back on the road and heading that way. I can't help it if they have the markers in the wrong place. I'm not going all the way back just to make sure I'm following the GPS route. I was following markers, so for me that counts as being officially on the trail. We'll be coming back down the other side of the water there, and I had a look and it doesn't look to be a lot of options for my tent. In fact, any options for my tent for about 4k after the course changeover. And the course changeover is meant to be at 27. That would make it a little bit too long a day for me. So I shall try and find somewhere before the turnaround, course changeover. You bust up. It's pretty with the blossoms along here, looking out over the water. So going all the way to the end there, and then back that way. Turning, so the town at my course end is Jolgum. Still a little way off, a few k off. Looks like we're going to skirt just on the edge of the village to keep away from the busy road. This paint is a very popular colour. Seems to be a lot of roofs and gates and of the exact same. It's a beautiful shade. Let's try it about Namparang, just giving a few guidance. Choose a course that suits your ability. Make sure you got a first aid kit and food. There were a couple of that didn't translate well, but anyway. Not quite sure why it was there. It's not, you'd expect to see that when you're changing courses. I'm going to shoot up this track, see if I can find a tent site. That was a no. Had a really good hunt around, but vegetation very, very thick and no flat bits. The only flat bits were already occupied by the deceased, so I shall continue on. I'll try again up there. It looks quite flat in there. It's open. It's on a little bit of a slant, but I'm pretty sure I can handle that. Little squished in like normal, but not as bad as it has been. I actually have everything out. I'm just quite close to that tree, so the road's just out here, and it's relatively flat. It's 'tis on a bit of a slope, not too bad. Happy with that.